Hello, today's is June 28th, and we are going to go into the in-class activity for today, and we're going to review some of the past projects. So in class, we looked at a number of the trailers from previous semesters, but I wanted to bring in a little bit more, allow you to see a larger number of the different trailers. And again, these are not necessarily the best of the bunch. They're more of a good mix of some of the things that were done well, some things that weren't done well, so you can see a full spectrum and apply to yourself. Looking at the requirements of the assignment, you should be able to objectively look and see what was done well and what maybe wasn't. So after you watch this video, what you're going to do is, just like on Tuesday, you're going to reply to this discussion, and I would copy and paste um, some basic chunks of the template, not all the links in the middle, but your team name, the student names, and your selfie. And then we have some instructions down here that we're going to walk through, and I would paste that so you can write those out. So what we're going to do is you guys are going to spend some time as a team walking through some of the past projects. And so how it's lined up is in a table format where you have the game name itself, you've got the trailer or teaser like we had talked about in this column for each of these game names. Then you have what you're going to be doing next module, which is the game design itself. So you'll get to see what different groups have done and get to see, we looked at some of the fancier ones on the trailer side. You'll get to see some that all of which are impressive in their own way, and some are impressive because they have game design students as part of the team, and so they were able to do more with it. But others, you can tell that they probably didn't have any game design students, but they still did an amazing job because of the creativity and the thought process behind it. And then finally, and this assignment, there were more videos than YouTube links turned in, so there aren't as many of these. But for the ones that I had, I put in the links that show a demo of, again, the same game, but being played on their customized controller. So there's a lot of really interesting looks at how things are done, and it's pretty fun to see. So, and also incredibly uh, creative on some of the designs of the controllers. So, spend some time and look through that. But specifically, what I want you to do is to pick 3 examples from the digital video assignment, so the trailer. So in this column here is what you'll be looking at. So pick 3 of those, and then for each of them, what I want you to do is answer these basic questions. So based off of the assignment meaning the overall DV assignment that you're working through right now, and what you've learned about making a good trailer from all the readings and practicing your RSA, what do you think the team did well for the example that you chose? And then what do you think the team should have done differently? And the reason I want you to look at this is I want you to put a critical eye on some other projects so that you can have a better idea and get that perspective more on what you've done so far in the project. And given that it's going to be due, I believe, on the Sunday as you're watching this, what things do we have left to do, and how are we going to do those? Do we need to go back and do anything different? So I want you to get that perspective and that experience. And so based on what you saw, so looking at what went well, what you would have done differently, what lessons did you learn about your own project? Did it cause you to have some concerns about certain parts? Did you feel good that you've done something similar that you thought was really good with their trailer? And if you still have quite a bit of work to do in the few days that you have left, how are you going to get that done, and what does that look like? So I want you to do that for all 3 of the selections that you made, any of these, and see what you can learn from that. So excited to see what you come up with, and especially what changes you might make given that you've seen this as you bring yours to the close. And you may ask why we didn't do this at the beginning, and I purposefully put this a little over halfway through as you should have been working on your assignment, because I also wanted you to just take the assignment instructions and the requirements and start working fresh, working on your own without seeing a whole lot of other examples. Um, but now, as you're going through, I want you to see some examples to see as you're closing out your project, are there any tweaks or other things? There shouldn't need to be any major changes because all of those, all the requirements are laid out pretty basically. And I also didn't want you either on purpose or subconsciously following one of the examples too closely. I wanted you to make it your own. So once you've done that, the final part of today's exercise is looking at uh, those links that we have, like this one, that have all three videos there, where you have the trailer, the game, and the controller. Which one of those do you like best? So you can look through those. Which one do you like best? And without looking at any requirements or anything else, just give me your opinion. Why do you like that one more than the others? So just a brief description of what your team as a whole thinks. And if you guys disagree on which one you like the best, then go ahead and list the different ones that you like and why your opinions differ on that. So that's what we're doing today. So please text or email if you have any questions. Again, make sure that you reply to this discussion in order to turn this in. Make sure you're looking at the calendar and the assignments that are going to be due, and make sure that you're closing out your DB project and getting it turned in. And I will post the next video for next Tuesday. Thanks.